And if you're a viewer and you've actually had COVID and you got healed, please talk to us in the comments below. Your story could encourage somebody else out there. And if you have COVID and you're scared, still talk to us in the comments. We'll see how best to help. Hi people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. You know, recently we've been having in the last few weeks we've had issues with COVID-19. The deaths have increased, the numbers have increased, and it's very scary. Like, you know, on every status you're seeing deaths, you're seeing bad news, and it has really impacted our mental health. Well, today we'll bring you one COVID-19 success story, something to encourage you, something to let you know that these things are possible. And today we have a special guest in the house, you people. We have a special guest in the house. Her name is Clare, and she's going to introduce herself to you guys.
You already introduced me.
No, you can still introduce yourself and tell them something.
Alright, hi people, it's Clare, Bridget. You already introduced me. I'm a great fan of her work. I'm actually her #1 biggest fan.
Aww.
I think I was among her first subscribers. Right?
Right, yes. You were the second.
I never miss a video. I said I was among the first. Okay. I never miss a video and never forget to comment or like. So emulate me, be like me, like, subscribe, and leave a positive comment too. Yes, so basically that's me, Bridget Clare Abe.
So Claire, thank you for agreeing to speak to us. So we heard you got COVID-19. Tell us what happened. How did you find out you had COVID-19?
You people, I thought I had regular flu. It happened. It's been 3 weeks now. I developed some flu and cough. You know, in Africa, once you have flu, it's just like regular flu. Everyone has flu. It's like a seasonal flu. Everyone else has flu, and you're like, it's cool. We all have flu.
True.
But then it dawned on me when I lost my sense of smell and taste. You people, they cooked chicken. I was eating chicken. I could not smell the chicken. I could not taste. Chicken is my favorite. So I ate and I was really hurt. The next day I called mom. And mom is like, hey, how is the cough and flu? I'm like, hey, I can't smell or taste. She's like, what? Of course, motherly instincts. She's like, you know what? Get dressed up right now and rush to the hospital. I went to the surgery in Naguru. I have a sister who works there. Okay. Yes. So I went. I was able to book an appointment with a doctor, but I didn't interact with her. She was expecting, and she's a high-risk person. So my sister just came and gave me a piece of paper and asked me the questions that the doctor was asking me, and I had to answer them. The signs and symptoms I was having, I couldn't smell, I couldn't taste, and then I had a bit of itchy throat. And then, I had a fever the previous night, then sweating, no smell, no taste. Basically, that was it. And then also sometimes when there was a time where I had a shortness of breath, but not, it was just like 2 times. It wasn't so severe. Maybe it was just psychological also, you know, once you have it, gets to your head. So I was able to book an appointment, and then they took me to the lab and they took a nasal swab. Apparently,
how did that feel, that nasal swab? Was it uncomfortable?
It was so irritating. You know, I used to see it on TV and I'd be like, this thing looks sharp. When I went, I felt like they were piercing my brain. Like, you feel it entering and you feel the urge to pull it out, you get?
Yeah.
So the doctor was really trying to fix it, and I was just sneezing continuously. It's really irritating. Yeah, but eventually they were able to get the swab, and they also got a blood sample. But apparently the blood sample, it can give you false results. That's what I was told. Mm-hmm. But then they were able to take a nasal swab. It's the best specimen apparently, and they were able to do a test, and my test reacted immediately positive.
Immediately,
COVID. Yes.
you didn't wait for an hour or anything?
No, usually when they're testing it takes a few minutes before it begins showing that it's a positive test. But mine, the moment they put it in the test kit, it just showed positive immediately. You get?
That means it was so much.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
So I had just sat down like this, and my sister came and was like, "Do you know you're positive for COVID?" I'm like, "Oh, really?" I didn't freak out because I've been seeing stories of people who had COVID. My brother had COVID.
Okay.
My eldest brother Steven had COVID. That was during last year, around September. But then he got fine. He also went to the same hospital and tested, and he got the same advice I was given.
Okay.
So as I sat there, I made sure I really sat far away from people because I felt really I
Like
was
you're
a
going to
danger.
infect people.
Exactly.
Okay.
So as I was there seated, the doctor came in. The doctor came in and she's like, "Oh, where is Claire?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm here." She's like, "Oh, follow me," of course, at a distance. And then she took me to an isolated room. She made me sit. She's like, "You know, you have COVID, right?"
So did they give you counseling or anything? Did they speak to you after you found out you're positive?
Yes, the doctor told me you don't have to be afraid. People have healed. Much as there are few deaths here and there are also very many other success stories out there. So don't freak out. Then she just did a few tests. They tested for my oxygen concentration in the blood. It's one of the most vital information that they need.
Yeah, it's to tell whether you need oxygen.
Exactly. And it's called an SpO2. Mine was 95.
Okay.
95.
Oh,
so usually
that
if it's
was
above,
okay.
if it's from 95 and above, you're okay. So my SpO2 was okay. She just told me I was going to have a very great pill burden. I was given 5 different tablets.
Okay. 5 tablets.
Different types.
Okay.
No, there was ivermectin, there was zinc, vitamin C, azithromycin, and dexamethasone.
Wow. And when you found out you're positive, did anything change about your diet, your meals?
Yes, I had to change. I had to drink more, a lot. Drink a lot.
That's water or juice or soda?
Warm drinks first of all. It has to be warm.
Oh, so if you take cold drinks, what happens?
No, it's just I hear the virus needs a hot environment for it to die. Viruses like they flourish.
So a cold, yeah, they flourish in a cold environment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So you guys if you're positive, take warm drinks.
And then eat more fruits.
Okay.
Definitely. I'm sure they
What fruits?
Lemon.
Citrus.
Yes, citrus fruits.
Okay.
Oranges, lime. But generally, fruits help to boost your immune system.
And then when you tested positive, did that affect your mental health in any way? Did you feel scared at any one point? Did you were you scared?
Yeah, there was a bit of feeling scared because I had seen millions of people dying.
Yeah.
No matter the age, I've seen very young people dying for my age. So of course it kind of hit me like, hey, what if you die? So it kind of prompted me to take my meds and really live accordingly to how a COVID patient should, taking enough fluids, doing some physicals.
You did physicals, exercises?
Yes, I did.
What physicals? Like if somebody is watching right now and they are positive, what physicals would they do? Do they go running? Do they go to the gym? Where do they go?
I don't gym. I think the most important thing is just keeping active, not really physical. It's like you go, to the gym and what, but just keep active. Don't stay in bed all day. What's in the situation? Get up, clean that house, wash those clothes, scrub the bathroom. It keeps you active.
Oh, so just keep active.
Just keep active.
Okay.
Then if you have some time in the evening, of course now we have curfew. Maybe if you have a compound or something, walk around or do some light exercises or skip.
When you were sick, what is it that you wished people knew or people did better to help you, like your friends or your family? Like I'm sure there are people out there who don't even know how to help their friends who have tested positive for COVID. So you've experienced COVID, and I'm sure there are things you expected some of your friends or your relatives to do. And what are some of those things in case someone is watching and they have a loved one who has COVID?
First of all, I really thank my friends and family. They were really there for me from the moment I tested. Like, money came in.
Hey.
Money,
That's nice.
But apart from the money, the support was immense. Me personally, I didn't want my friends coming to see me because I felt like I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I gave them the virus. So if they would come, they would be at a distance, and I'd make sure I first sanitize everywhere, then I keep my distance. But very few friends actually came to see me because majority of them I was like, this is very dangerous. But my friends were, in fact, it's like they wanted to get the COVID. Like, no, it's COVID. We shall die together. Especially one very stupid friend of mine.
Okay.
But I really want to thank my friend, my family. Of course, when I tested for COVID, I was still at home. And I have a very young niece at home. I didn't want to expose her. And then also my sisters. So I just left and I went back to Boston. Since at least I would best quarantine from hostel from my room. And this is exactly. I didn't want to. But I really want to thank my family and friends. They were really there for me. Financially, emotionally. They were praying for me. Economically especially. And spiritually.
So people, if you get COVID, there's a good side to it, there's money. But don't get COVID. By the way, still remember to mask up when you're going out. Remember to keep social distance. COVID is real. We're not wearing masks because we're not in people, and she's fine now.
I have antibodies.
So, Claire, what are some of the habits you would encourage people that are positive right now to adopt?
Personally, I kept to the laptop most of the time, watching, because once you don't really have anything occupying you, it's going to prompt you to think more about you. I think this being in quarantine gives you one big chance to do your hobbies, the things that you love doing the most.
Okay.
Of course, except hobbies like overeating.
Okay.
I'm speaking about developmental hobbies like reading a book. You could read books during your quarantine session. You could learn a language. Yes.
Learn a language. When you have COVID.
Online.
Okay.
On the internet. You could learn a course, a computer course. You could even do any other course, ACCA. You can do any course online. There are very many courses online for free.
So what you're saying is people shouldn't have their gadgets taken away from them when they have...
I do not support taking away gadgets at all. Because I know of a person whose gadget was taken and they went into depression and it didn't end so well. So,
but also, don't you think keeping them with the gadget may scare them when they're already seeing? You see, like now how, like, I think this last week, every time I check on my status, I'm seeing dead people. People are typing RIP to people that are young. Don't you think that would affect them in case they kept seeing people? In case this terrible news kept coming, maybe it would affect how they think. It would affect how they look at things.
Yeah, I think you can leave them with the phones and the gadgets, but couple it with counseling.
Oh, okay, yeah, but
offer some counseling, because I don't think, Rachel, imagine you're in a room by yourself. You don't really interact. Exactly, you don't interact with anyone. There is no physical interaction with anyone, not even digital. You're just isolated by yourself. It's like the world has...
You feel so cut off from the world.
You feel cut off from the world, and I don't think anyone would want to feel that way. Maybe if you're in a room with other patients, maybe a hospital room, it's okay, maybe you can take away someone's gadget, but someone in a room by themselves, with no gadgets, no one to talk to, that would be depression. It would be just a force. It would just make them go into depression.
So Claire, last on our question, how does it feel to be fine again? How can you smell things now? Can you taste food? How does that feel? Describe that situation. So it encourages someone that's sick right now, and what should they anticipate? What should they wait for? How exciting is it?
Rachel, how does it feel to be fine again? Well, I lost my smell and taste for about 4 days, and I told about that chicken story. I couldn't smell chicken or taste, so I promised myself the moment I get my taste and smell back, like bah, I'm going to buy myself a whole chicken.
Okay.
So yes, I spoiled myself a little, but everything went back to normal.
And then you actually had the money. There was the money coming in.
The money was coming in very well.
Chicken.
So it felt good, but I can still get COVID. People are out there that have had COVID more than once, so you still have to be careful, follow the SOPs, and wear your masks. Yes, much as I've heard that you can have the antibodies of COVID 3 months after getting cured, so you can still get COVID after those 3 months. Right now, I'm still a bit safe because I have the antibodies, and I also have to go and get vaccinated still. So people, go out, wear your masks, follow the SOPs, get vaccinated, and please, let's follow the guidelines, people. There are actually very many success stories out there. I've known people who have had COVID. I wasn't the first. My brother had it, my aunties have it, my mother had it. So everything is going to be fine. Let's not get depressed. This will come to pass.
So Claire, lately we've been having issues of people. Actually, I heard that the reason people are dying so much this past week is because people go for tests. People go to get the vaccine without being tested, and that because the vaccine is like the virus being introduced in your body, and that has affected people. How would you advise people? What would you want people to do?
It's just like any other medical procedure. Before you get medication, you should always ensure that you're tested. Only get the vaccine if you test negative. If you test positive, first go get healed. After you confirm negative, get the vaccine. Don't rush to get the vaccine because it will only make things worse for you.
Thank you so much, Claire. Thank you so much for speaking to us today at Mental Health with me. All people, you've heard the story, and I'd like to encourage some of you. I know you're sick and you're scared, but you've seen their success stories. You've seen Claire's story, and that should be enough to encourage you. If you're seeing death stories on your status, if you see people giving in, dying because of COVID, it doesn't mean you're going to die. We have a lot of success stories. And if you're a viewer and you've actually had COVID and you got healed, please talk to us in the comments below. Your story could encourage somebody else out there. And if you have COVID and you're scared, still talk to us in the comments. We'll see how best to help. And keep safe, still wear your masks, keep social distancing, stay at home if there is nothing for you to get from outside. But if you must, like that is if you must, please remember to mask up. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. You never know who you're helping with this video. Thank you so much, and don't forget to buy earrings. You guys see these earrings? They are so cool. And a pair is just 15,000 shillings, and I know you guys can support. So thank you so much for watching, and subscribe. Goodbye.